we've been coming to this church for probably 25 years, close to it.
I love the people. I love coming to church and seeing everybody's faces and how happy they are and how welcoming everybody is. And when you're here, you just feel at home.
I go to Bible study. I love going to Bible study every week. So I've been with these girls for about 15 years, and they're my sisters. I depend on them. I love being with them.
I think what I love is the community part and being able to help out in your community and see it in an everyday kind of work that you're doing. I would say that recently, as I thought more about it and started putting a lot more into my everyday life, I would say 90% of the people in my life have noticed a difference.
I think because I feel like my spiritual journey has been kind of a struggle, I probably get more out of Brian's message every week from the Bible. That's been incredible for me in the last few years. In fact, so many things have kind of started coming together for me. Not everything at once, but in little tiny baby steps, you know. When he first started talking about missional type functions out in our communities, I felt like I wanted to withdraw really fast. But I thought, you know, you've been walking in and out of this door for 20-some years. You come, you listen, you go home, you go back, you don't do much with it. Maybe it's time to start doing something. And I've tried to do that, and I think my feeling is the more you get involved, the more you walk with Jesus and the better your spiritual life is going to be.
I've just found this to be a place of comfort and an opportunity to serve others and be with the family of other believers in the church itself.
They give you, well, for me, I find strength and support. And they, our church community is at the Cathedral. They're our extended family.
And I think probably people working together for a common cause, you know, promoting the things that you're supposed to be doing as a disciple and working with others, not only from the church, but throughout the community. And I think that we get a real sense of responsibility and focus on others, and that comes from the church here at the Cathedral. Has a real strong, there's a real strong desire to serve others.
Growing up at the church, we've always, as a family, we were always involved in pretty much everything the church was doing. But the big change in community was definitely probably about 3 years ago when we started being more Christ-centered and not so much about entertainment and showing people Christ. We're actually living Christ and going out in the community and just opening our hearts to everybody.
I can see that over the last number of years, my life has changed dramatically in the respect that I'm no longer that concerned about my future, about what I'm going to be doing in the next 10 years or whatever. That's not really that important to me anymore. And from my standpoint, it's more important to look at what we can do to advance the kingdom of God, and the kingdom of God being the society. It's a group of people that are working towards the same set of values, the same goal. And it just warms my heart to see the whole church embrace that concept that we're moving ahead. We're advancing the kingdom. We're not just playing church. We're being church. We're part of something that's way bigger than any of us, and we have to make a extremely concerted effort to pass this on to the next generation.
We're a family. I love coming here every Sunday and giving everyone hugs. Like, that's probably my favorite part. It is seeing people that love me. I mean, they don't even know things that I do outside of the church sometimes, but they still love me. They give me big hugs. And
it is. It's like a second home. It really is. I think for me, one thing that I have a habit of learning the same lessons over and over again, and especially with teaching Sunday school downstairs, with going to like BSF, like another Bible study, with having this life group, it's really deepened my relationship with God, and listening to the Jesus Creed and saying, "Hear, O Israel," repeating it to myself like in the morning, and reminding myself to love like my God with all of my heart, soul, and strength. And having that mindset, when you go on throughout the day, you're kind of like, okay, I'm not doing this by myself. I have somebody with me who's walking and doing it with me. So I think for me, I've definitely learned how to trust, how to know that I don't have to do it all by myself, because I like to think I can, because I like to be independent.
Well, I've been, involved in Cathedral of Joy for a long time, but just in the last year or so, I've really felt this stirring in me, and I think it has to do with our focus on actually being the hands and feet of Christ in the world. And that's made me also realize that I can't be that without staying close to God. I don't think I'm the only one that has felt this stirring, and that's kind of what's uniting us, is that the stirring that is, it's not just about learning, it's about being out there connecting with people and the way you live your life. It's not that here's church, here's life, here's work, here's, it's a for me, it's kind of a new way of looking at life, of living, I know that God calls us to be in community, and that's when we're really challenged to live out what Christ has taught us, the characteristics of Christ, being relational, being transparent, being vulnerable, and being authentic is scary. We have to, let go of being worried about what people think of us, and the need to control outcomes.